And the other funny thing I found out on that Naked City was how you have to accommodate, at least you're asked to accommodate the camera at the expense of what makes sense. For instance, Burgess Meredith was much shorter than me, and I had to do they wanted to take a shot over my shoulder to him, over here to his face. Well, they didn't want to put the camera up high, they wanted to be down like this. So they said, just spread your legs and make yourself shorter while you talk to him. Now you try talking to somebody as though you really mean it, standing with your legs spread out as far as you can and, bringing it down an extra foot or a foot and a half. And I did it, but when we were working on MASH, Wayne Rogers and I used to drive him to the set out in Malibu when we would do the exteriors in the mountains, and he didn't like to drive, so I drove him. And I would tell him my dreams, and and he would interpret my dreams for me. And we had like an hour drive out there, So one of the dreams was about how this all gets back to what I was going to tell you about Burgess Meredith. You'll see in a minute. This dream was about how the director, we were doing a scene, he and I were acting in a scene in this dream, and the director said, just get up on the armoire there and say your line from on top of the armoire. So I did it, and I didn't like it. I felt uncomfortable. It was like standing with Burgess Meredith with my legs spread apart. And Wayne said, you know what this is? We're being asked to accommodate the camera all the time by the director, and it's getting in the way of our acting. He says, we must never do an armoire. And from then on, every time somebody'd say, just hold that a little higher so we can see it in the tight shot, Wayne would say, armoire, or I'd say, armoire coming here, because the joke is, among actors who do film, that it's in the old westerns, in the wide shot. I don't know how wide this shot is if you're down. In the wide shot, they'd hold the gun here. In the medium shot, when the camera's tighter, they'd hold the gun here, and in the close-up, they'd hold the gun up here, and then they cut all that together, and you're not supposed to notice. Well, maybe the audience doesn't notice, but the actor sure notices the difference between this and this, and it's annoying. You play a scene. You relate to a person a certain way if you're like this, and then it's a whole other thing if you're like this, and that's an analogy for all the rest of acting. So there are many demands made on you that are armoires in film, much more so than the stage.